with your bitter, twisted lies.
With your bitter, twisted lies.
You may trod me
You may trod me
in the very dirt.
in the very dirt.
All right. So, welcome to the Woman Warrior podcast. All right. So, welcome to the Woman Warrior podcast.
There's like.
All right. So, welcome to the Woman Warrior podcast.
There's a delay.
All right. So,
Okay. I think we're good.
That's the appropriate intro for me, I think.
This is what happens when you just have like a bunch of tabs open and you're like, I got this, and then you open the wrong one and you're like, oh no.
Oh my gosh.
No. But okay, so we're gonna close that down now too. So hi, this is the Women Warrior podcast. We're gonna try this again. Rewind. I am your host Nora, and this is our guest for today, Natalia. Say hi.
Hello. Hi.
So I'm actually gonna let Natalia introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself. Natalia,
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Natalia Inzunza, and I am a mom of three, 7-year-old, 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So our house is very full, very not chaotic, but like, lively, I would say.
It's woke.
It's woke. I am also working on like developing all of my like social media platforms, and so I'm like delving into all of that. I'm also a photographer of small business called Nixie Design, which I started in October of last year, but it's kind of a continuation of my previous photography business, Geraldine Photography, that I started about 13 years ago. So just super excited to work on that. But like, I think mainly I'm just a normal person, a normal woman who like likes to try new things and like, delve into different areas and get creative and like just show up authentically wherever I am. And I am loving being on Instagram and kind of helping women through there just show up and live their lives bravely. So that's me. Thank you, Nora, for inviting me. I'm super like happy for you. I love the entire idea behind these podcasts and just you as a person. I just love you.
Oh, no, thank you for agreeing to come on, because I feel like I know that you have a very busy schedule on the day-to-day basis. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask Nat and see what she says. And he said yes, and I was like, yes.
I was so excited.
I was stoked. So I was like, everyone I've ever reached out and continue reaching out for the podcast, I feel like I'm just like, these are people that they impress me, and I'm not easily impressed. But I they left an impression in me that I feel like, you know what, they have things they need to say and let the world know. Because like I've known you for how long? Like I think
Oh my gosh.
over 10 years.
More than that.
I met you in 2008.
You're like doing the math.
And it was on Halloween.
Yeah.
And I remember because this was like, we actually met through church.
Yep, we did.
And I was just like, you're like one of my soul sisters, I say, like spirits.
Yes.
Because like I am spiritual, and I have like learned and ventured and studied different religions just because I like to know, like,
Yeah. No, yeah.
even, and I like to connect with people spiritually, and I like to, get to know what they believe. So like there's that connection. Like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally get you.
But yeah, like so you're one of those people, and it's crazy because I look back and it's like I feel like I've been in part of your journey. Like
Yes.
I was at your wedding.
Oh my gosh. I have
was-
pictures of you at my wedding, but I don't
I
think
have
you've ever seen them.
pictures. Like there's a picture that you liked, and I noticed like you ended up keeping it and you put it all over your social media. It was like with a purple hue, kind of a 70s vibe.
Oh no, wait, you took that?
There was
Girl,
I took a couple and I tagged you on them, and you ended up using some of them.
you know what? The photographers that were at my wedding, they're actually not in business anymore. I think they closed their business down like a month or two after.
Oh,
So
wow.
like, yeah, they were
You
like,
never got your
because it was a partner, it was a partnership, and they were like, I guess one of them had to move across the country or something, and they were like, we're not in business
photos.
anymore. And like, I was like, where's my wedding pictures, and I actually ended up having to pay for them, like pay extra to actually get my wedding pictures. So they were just like unedited. Like there was pictures of one of the photographers. Like, there was like she took pictures of herself. I'm gonna have to post these. I'll put a little like emoji in front of
I need to see these photos. I'll be like, I
There
need.
was pictures. Let me tell you, there was pictures of squirrels. There was pictures.
Oh, you know what I think they did since they separated partnership? They probably just took the whole SD and said,
Yeah, that's what they did. But they sent me like in several discs, and then like for a couple of years, I didn't even know where the discs were. Like that's why.
"Oh, you
That's
know
why
what
I
we're gonna
probably
do?
got
What
your
we're gonna
picture.
do? I'm gonna dress you as Hefnan up, and we're gonna recreate the whole thing. Everybody that was there, we're gonna be like announcement. We're recreating a moment here. I'm gonna cut my hair just like I had it too. I had
Nora,
it.
listen to me. But our 10-year anniversary is this year. 10-year anniversary.
Wow.
Let that sit for a
Okay.
minute, girl. Oh my gosh, it's been. Oh look, I see a comment. Oh hey, that's so cool that you have like a chat feature.
Yes.
But what was I telling you? Oh yeah, 10 years. 10 years. It's been a wild ride. It has been lots of ups and downs, and lots of kids. I have 3 kids in 4 years. Thank
I know you did, and they're all beautiful.
you.
Like I did a contest the other day from NCS Image. It was
Mhm.
around Halloween
Yeah.
the other day. That's a few
The
months.
other day, it was like
Like,
3 months.
to me, that's
Oh
how.
my
That's how. Um, that's how lost I am with time. I think yesterday was like a year ago, and a year ago was yesterday.
Girl, all of us collectively lost in whatever last year was.
I blame quarantine.
Well, yeah, because I feel like I
But
closed my
all
eyes
this
and the year
over,
was over.
we're all gonna come out and be like, "What's this? What's this?" like that.
We're done. We're done.
Wait,
Yep.
yeah, like I would say, like your kids are so cute. Like when I was dropping off the prize because you won the raffle. It was like a
Yep.
scissor hands pinata,
Yep.
and I went to drop it off, and I saw Adnan, which I hadn't seen in ages.
Yeah, you haven't seen him
I
in a
was
while.
and
You were like, "Is that you?"
it's like I saw your mom and your dad, and then I met Lexi.
Yeah. Oh, the baby girl.
The worst impression I ever left on this little girl. She started crying, and then look at her now, like I am so sorry, bro. I'm gonna cry. Like, please don't leave me. And then but she started crying because I said, like, hold on, Lexi, be careful.
Yeah.
Want to hurt the pinata. And she did the cutest, scariest thing. She just looked at me, crossed her arms, she started crying. I was just like, oh no. Oh no, like that song. Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah, no, no.
No, just like, I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, she's so cute.
Yeah. She's a dope. She's definitely the drama queen of
She's
the house. She took over my spot. So I was like, that was me. Okay. No, but now it's my daughter, and she's total drama queen. She's just a hoot. All my kids are really awesome, but like right now, she's 3, so her personality is really coming out. And then she is like nonstop talking. Like she is just talking about everything and anything. What was it, yesterday or last night? We were watching Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And she's 3. Okay, just turned 3. She's watching it, and she's like talking about who's who and like, whose parent is whose parent, and she's like very, I don't know, just has like such a large vocabulary, I feel like, for her age. So opinionated.
And it shows how strong-willed she is. That she knows, and she's like, I want everyone to know what I know. She
Totally.
she's gonna be a young woman one day that is not gonna be afraid to share. And
Mm-mm.
I think that's very important to like protect,
Hmm.
because I feel like I know me, there was a time where I was told like, yeah, calm down, stop.
Ugh,
And
yeah.
it's like you don't know everything, and me, I do. Like, but it's like you're
Like, but
little,
I do know everything.
but you're little, and I feel like kids should be encouraged, like little girls should be encouraged to explain their thoughts, because as they get older, it helps them, it molds them to have
Oh,
that.
totally.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
no. I mean, she's just she's like a fireball. I totally know what you're talking about too, because I feel like for the majority of my life, I was told by various people, I'm not gonna throw any people under the bus. Don't worry, people. Don't
no.
worry, anybody. I'll throw you under the bus. But like, yeah, I was really um pushed down. I think, that maybe people saw, I was very much like Lexi. I was very friendly, very like inclusive. I always wanted to like make friends with anybody at the park,
Girl,
and I was
secrets.
always dancing. I
Me.
love making friends. That's like my favorite thing to do. And so I think I just like to talk to people. I like knowing people and all that. And so she's very much like that. So she does have a lot to say. And trying to nurture it, and allow her to just be and exist as she is without giving her too many rules. So as a parent, that's difficult because, you know,
Now you
you have to find a
understand
balance.
your
Oh,
parents. I feel like now that I'm older, I understand my parents. Like, look, I was a little like, man, I like to play hide and seek without letting my parents know while we were at the store. Like, I was that kid.
oh no.
My
Oh
dad,
no, no,
to this
no, no,
day,
no.
his favorite story that he likes to tell because it scared him so much was, I guess we were at Kmart or something like that,
Mhm.
and he was like looking for me, and he finally finds me after chasing outside. Tell
Oh no.
daughter's missing. Oh my god, like that
You'd be
dreadful.
livid. Yeah.
Like, you lost your daughter, and she's a little toddler. And then he finally like to the speaker and everything, and I heard my name, and I was like, wow. My name is
Why is my hand?
cool. I was like, oh, this is cool. I wasn't thinking because I didn't know the danger. The innocence of a child is just like,
Yeah.
I'm just exploring. And then I'm just like walking, and then my dad pops out from around the corner, and then he's like, Norita, and then he, all happy, and then I'm walking to him, and then I just say, nah, we're still playing. I turn around and run the other direction.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
No.
and my dad says like that's like I would do that. I would just sneak away. And there's times that he would have me in between him and my mom, and he'll like kneel or something or like kind of squat to look at something, and I was there. And any split second that I realized he wasn't really paying attention, I would
Oh
just
my God. Oh no, girl. I
I
can't
would
handle that.
hide.
Mm-mm.
I would hide in between the clothes at Ross.
Oh no, girl. Listen, for
Uh,
real though, like I'm very much okay. I don't know when my anxiety started, but like now that I know about it, I get to like talk about it and point it out throughout different periods of my life. And I am very much like I stopped watching any kind of show that talks about like child raptures and like taking the kids away because I'm like it gets me so anxious. Like for real, I think
right?
Maxon has done that twice where he like we're at a store or something. That sounds like such a long time ago. Like I went to the mall with the kids. Like I don't take my kids to the mall anymore, but when we would be at the mall and there would be like a rack, the clothes rack, he would get inside there, and I think he did that maybe 2 times, and I was like, no, like you are never doing that again, because I couldn't find him, and I immediately like wanted to flip my lid,
And then
and
yeah, like that, like now that I think about it, I was like, man, my poor mom.
yeah, girl, your poor mom.
Yeah, girl, you was a troublemaker. But yeah,
Yeah, that was
it was. I picked up that habit from my brother, the hiding in the clothes, because my
Mhm.
brother was the one. Like he was like almost 2, 3 years older than me, but we were
Yeah.
best friends growing up.
Oh,
Like
so cute.
we
Yeah.
would do everything together. I'd make mud pies, he'd eat them. Like teamwork. Like
The age difference is not that much. It's
it is.
really not.
So we
No.
kind of like. I was his best friend. He was my best friend. Like I remember a story where he would like literally any little boy that would try to be mean like to me, he'll be like,
Mhm.
"Nah, give me my toys. You're not playing with me if you're mean to my sister." And like he'll get me cookies, like he's a good brother.
Yeah.
He did his brother job. Like he did the
Yeah.
brother job. Like he would protect and everything. But he had a
Yeah.
habit of like, let's play hide and seek. And then me, okay.
You're
You know,
like, okay, yeah, sure.
yeah. So it was fun. It was fun being a kid. But
Yeah.
those are
No, it's difficult. Yeah. Once once you step into that parent role, like it's just like it's a whole other level. I can't imagine. Like
no more.
what, I think about this often. Anytime that I've ever like brought them anywhere, I'm super vigilant. Like I need to know exactly where they are at all times. I'm not the kind that's just like, well, go and run, because I can't see them do that.
Yeah,
I
no,
need them to be within like grabbing
mom
distance.
was the same way. Like my mom would
Mm.
be, if I can't see you, it means you can't see me, and if you can't
Yeah,
see me, you can't see you. So
yeah.
you have to be eye range, and like me, I couldn't let go of their hand.
No, my
I
favorite
was,
phrase. My favorite phrase is "A donde mami te puede ver," like where
yeah,
mommy can see you, because
and I
if
think
and then I start yelling, I'm like, "No te veo, no te veo, I can't see you." Like, where you at?
no,
Calm
but you know
down.
what? Children remember these things, and these are things that like our mothers teach us about safety and precaution. And maybe when we're younger, we don't appreciate it, and we feel
Yeah,
like being just controlled, but or limited. But
right.
now that we're older, like I'm not a mom yet, but now that I'm older, I understand my mom
Yes,
more than I did,
yes.
and I owe that woman so many apologies. Like, woman,
I'm all, well, start now. Let's go. What you gotta say to her?
I'm so sorry.
I'm all about that life, girl. I think that, like, of course, like the older you get, the more you appreciate your parents. Like, I'm
And
always like, I always thought like, oh, I didn't have like the best relationship or whatever. I think it was mostly in my head, because at a younger age, it's easier to kind of like be just, what are you feeling? What are you feeling? And then as you get older, you start realizing like, oh, my parents are human. Like they have feelings and they've been through things, and like, and so and you kind of start feeling compassionate, and like, start embracing more of that about them. So like I think I have like the best relationship with my parents that I've ever had now. Now that I'm like an adult and I have kids, and it's like, you just understand them.
I
I'm
feel
telling you.
now that you stepped into their shoes as a parent, like now that you're a mom, do you feel like your relationship with your mom has been in a way better, or it has it always been better? Like in the sense, like me personally, I feel like as I get older, I feel like my relationship with my mom gets better as time passes.
Yes.
But now that you're a mom, like how do you feel? Like how was that transition for you?
Yeah. Becoming a mom helped me understand what it was like for my mom to be a mom. So naturally, just by giving birth, well, I gave birth, vaginally 3 times. So and my mom did too. So it's like the same experience, I guess. So um I feel like just from that, just from the giving birth part, you're like, whoa, my mom did this 3 times. You know, like when I had one baby, I was like, oh dang, you know, like she did it 3 times and like really spaced out. And I was like, why would anyone do this again? You know, but you recover so quick because you know you're a woman, like you're badass, like you your body just knows what to do. This it's one of like the things, right? And so totally helped me like love my mom more and like understand her more, you know? And like another thing is when you have kids and you give birth, there's a lot of like hormonal things happening, you know? So naturally, in between, you know, getting spit at with the kids, right? The little spit up that they do the babies and like the poop explosions and the late nights and like and now like dealing with attitudes and things like that. It's like, wow, I always think like, okay, how old was I when my mom was postpartum with one of my brothers, right? So like my middle brother, he is 8 years younger than me. And so I was already 8 when he was born, right? So that's a really pivotal moment, like to think about, okay, where was I at when my mom was having another baby? Because it affects a woman so much to actually have one. I don't understand like Instagram people that like make birth look so easy and like so like, oh, I just popped out another baby and they have like 8. And I'm like, how? Like, how are you? How is that possible? You know? But like, regardless,
Like the show Aliens. Like an alien situation.
it's just happening. You know, I just like, I don't understand. But for me, I think if I had 8 kids, I would definitely document everything and just be like, I had this right now, right? Because that's how you feel sometimes. Like, it's just, it's up and down. And so,
All
and
like this the entire time, like, oh my god, what am I doing?
exactly. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. They don't come with a manual. Like you know, you need a bookshelf. You go to the store, you buy one, comes in a box. You take out all the pieces and you take out the manual. You're like, okay, I have a place to start, right? Oh, okay, this is where this goes. The kid doesn't come with it. Kids do not come with manuals. They
Like
just
you could
come
read
out.
books,
They
you
put them on your chest,
could,
and you're like, "Oh my god, I have to take care of a human," you know. And it's like, yeah, it's super insane. Like it's wild.
people that say, well, there's books. I'm like, yeah, there's books. There's books you can read to prepare you on what to expect, but they still don't prepare you to what to expect because each
Oh,
kid
one
is different.
hundred percent.
And it's like, okay, like you have 3 kids. I'm pretty sure you ended up having moments where it's like your firstborn, nothing would work. Your secondborn, it was
Oh,
an easy kid.
girl,
Third kid,
listen.
oh my god, nothing is working again, or they have to do it differently because this one is special. Like,
Yeah, no, yeah, no. I mean, well, right off the bat with my first, I had a lot of unexpected experiences. Like nobody, like what to expect when you're expecting. I actually read the book, the entire book, right? And I had pregnancy journals, and I was writing down like how much my belly, you know, was in inches. Like it was a very magical, like kind of pregnancy experience until I think I was like around 28 weeks. I started getting super itchy, and like the itch would be like over here, like in the corners, and then it started being like just everywhere. And it was worse at night, and so I would get into bed and I would just itch. And
um,
then when I went to my checkup, I told the doctor, I was like, I'm so itchy. And I showed him how I had actually started bleeding in some places from scratching so much. And I'm like, I've tried lotions, I've tried this, I've tried that. And he's like, okay, we're going to run a lipid panel. And I was like, what? Okay, because I know what a lipid panel is because I've been in the hospital so much. So, lipid panel is like, you know, your liver and all that stuff. And I was like, what the heck does my liver have to do with being itchy? But it turns out that there was something going on with my liver where it's like being squished or something like that. And so then there's liver bile going into your bloodstream. And so for the mom, it makes the mom itchy, right? So towards the end of my pregnancy, I was like, it felt like my hands were burning, like
Oh,
when you touch fire. It felt like that, unless I was able to take the medicine or whatever. That was a whole other adventure. But
your whole
um,
life is an adventure. We need to make a movie of you.
you know,
Like,
really.
girl, how did this happen?
Someone sponsor a movie. No, I know. And so it for me, like for the mom, it causes intense itchiness. You have to take this special medicine, get it approved by the insurance. You got to find it because not every pharmacy has it. And so the condition's called cholestasis of pregnancy. It only happens when you're pregnant, and it usually happens towards the end of pregnancy. So luckily I guess caught it right on time, but they told me like he is definitely going to be born by 37 weeks. And pregnancy is usually 40, and so I was like, okay, that's 3 weeks early, right? So I was like, ooh, that was already my like starting to freak out moment a little bit, because it's like, okay, I wasn't ready for that. So that was one thing, you know, that I was like, I had no idea about, no clue what it was. I just knew that he was going to come out early, and then I actually ended up going into labor a week before. So I actually had Max at 36 weeks. And so I forgot to tell you this, that in cholestasis of pregnancy, it makes the mom itchy, but the vial also travels to the baby through the umbilical cord into the baby's bloodstream. And so it causes death. So the ultimate thing that can happen is your child will be born still. That's what I was told. Like, that was my first baby experience.
Wow.
So they were like, if your lipid panel comes back, at X number, then we're just gonna go ahead and take him out, even if he's not, all the way baking, and so all the way baked. So
Pretty
that
much,
was my
it's going to be a really preemie baby, incubator, everything, the works.
yeah. Yeah, and it also causes developmental issues within the lungs. So a lot of the times when the babies are born, even if they're born at 37 weeks, induced, they still have issues breathing on their own. So yeah, so he had to be, um, he went to the NICU like right away when he was born.
Mhm.
He came out and then wasn't crying, and he sounded like he was in a box, like a box crying kind of sound. And so they just immediately said NICU. I barely got to kiss him like on the cheek,
Oh,
and he was taken away.
experience
Yeah.
that. Okay, experiencing that with your firstborn, how did that affect you as a woman in your journey as a woman?
Okay. So pretty much after I had Max, I didn't feel like a woman anymore. I felt like a shell of a person. Um, I mean, I just didn't know what I was doing, or I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. And, it, like I said, it doesn't come with a manual. No one tells you like this is what babies do. And if they do, it always ends up being wrong. Trust me on that one. um, but what really held me throughout moments where I was like, I have no idea, was like the other women in my life, like my friends, other women who were moms and had gone through things. And so, it was, like for instance, Rosemary. Um,
Love her.
I was always messaging her like, hey girl,
You know
I'm
what?
like,
Like now
this
that
is what's happening.
Rosemary, I feel like every time, like, because I met Rosemary at church too. We like our little group. We all met at church.
Hmm.
And it's so funny because I remember the first time I went to church, I was just like, why am I here? We don't believe in this. I was just
Yeah,
like,
why
I
am I
don't
here?
know. With my little attitude, like,
Why am
why?
I here?
I was sitting down like Bernie like, at church. I didn't have mittens, but I was sitting down.
Bernie,
But
I
I
love
remember like when we do the camps and stuff like that,
it.
talking to Rosemary or hearing her talk and give advice was the most soothing experience because she talked with so much calmness and she talked with so much love. So I felt like she didn't just say things to like say things. She said them because she knew it would impact us or help us.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, she's always been very intentional. I know, I love her. She's always been very intentional about her relationships, and I think that she's one of the like strongest and bravest persons that I've ever known, ever. And she has honestly helped me through so much. Even when she was, and this is the best part about her is that she's always been super real with me. Like, you know, if she has it together, she has it together. If she doesn't, she doesn't, and she lets me know both. And I love that about her because there's been so many times, literally, like just a few days ago, I was in my room and I was getting that itch where I'm like, I need to move things around. Like I need to like shift my space. There's like something wrong with it, and so I'm like, I
It's time.
I sent her a
I did it
video
as a
of
kid
me
too,
like
where I rearranged the entire place.
it helps for
I
some reason.
Yeah, I
It
think
really does.
we are readjusting ourselves and we're evolving, we're changing. We tend to kind of need that surrounding
Yeah,
to do the same.
exactly. But no, 100%. Yeah, your space has to evolve with it has to. I think most of all is like getting rid of stuff so that you have space to grow,
Hmm.
right? Because if you're like in a growth journey, like that's what you need. You need clarity, you need space, you need clean, and so I was like laying on the bed, right? Super depre, right? Like, right? No makeup, no hair, nothing. Okay, girl. I was like raw. And I sent her a video and I was like, look at me. This is me right now, and I'm all like showing her my room. And I'm like, girl, like help, like I need to rearrange things. I asked her for ideas. And before sending me ideas, she sent me, videos of her room and she's like, hey girl, nobody has it together, you're good, this is what I'm looking at right now, and then like we started talking about ideas and stuff. But I really appreciate that about her. I like she's 100% always been in my corner. She was my maid of honor too. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
she's on my marriage certificate. Like this girl helped her nan pick out my engagement ring.
Mm.
Like she's always been very involved in my life. I love her so much. When she watches this, I'm like, I love you, Rose. So people probably like that have no
Everybody
idea who the heck.
wants Rosemary,
Yeah,
right?
people that probably have no idea like about me and Rosie will show up on my Instagram and be like, "Oh my god, this girl is like promoting this girl's makeup like so
What?
hard."
It's
But
not that. It's just like when you love someone, you are proud of them in everything that they do. Like me, like when I love my friends, like I tell them, like I'm like, I love you. Stop acting stupid. I love you. I really don't care. Like I
you
love
feel
you.
like
You
you
acted
feel like
little
you're the
kid.
mama bear.
Huh?
You feel like you're the mama bear.
In a sense, yeah. I feel like sometimes I tend to always be the mom that's the mom. The friend that tends to be the
Yeah.
mom of the group. And I feel it's kind of been like that since I was in like middle school, high school. Um, but I'm very picky with like the people I surround myself because one, I don't really like I'm not the type of person that likes to be mean to people. And I
Yeah.
feel like growing up, I realized a lot of people thought that being a bully or kind of being mean was the way to go. And I was bullied when I was in fifth grade, and I didn't like it.
Same
So
girl. Same.
like no, I kind of kept to myself more. I like to read. I was always editing photos, and
Mhm.
it was just like I stuck to my niche, to the things I liked, you know. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, like I think I have been told you're the mom of the group and stuff like that. And it's I do tend to be motherly because I tell my friends like, yo, you're acting a certain way that you need to reflect and you need to analyze if this is the type of person you want to be. You know, like
Yeah.
I always tell my friends, no matter what you do, I have your back, but I'm also going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
When you're in the wrong, I will tell you because you deserve to be told the truth, you know?
Right.
And
You can't handle the truth.
mhm,
Yeah. No. Totally. 100%.
yeah,
I feel like I'm that friend too. Um, but I've always come from a place of like, you know me, like very bubbly, laughing, and like, you know, I
I
like to.
tend to have always a sense of humor in everything. Even in awkward situations, I'll try to make people laugh.
Yeah, I love making
just,
people laugh.
just
Like I
because. Oh, sorry. Go on.
go. No,
No, no,
you go.
no, go. No, I don't know what you're gonna say.
No, I was gonna say that I always like to make people laugh. Like it's just my favorite. Like whenever again, this feels like so such a long time ago that we've actually like hung out with people, but back when we used to have parties,
You know,
I
back in the
I
day.
just love like talking to people and asking them questions and like, and making light of like, hard situations that we all go through and that we relate to. Well, you know me. So I feel like I've always carried that along with my okay, get it together because you need to. You know what I mean? Like I like to be both or come from that approach. But I'm definitely not the type that's like I think I've only done that with one friend where I'm like, okay, you need boundaries.
No, and
You need you need
true. Like even for me, like there came a point where I started setting boundaries with people
Mhm,
because I'm motherly, because I'm a giving person, and because I'm a fixer.
mhm.
I'm a person that likes to fix things. Like I have to fix this or I have to help this person. I had to start putting boundaries on myself and on others because it was draining me. I was giving, I was helping, but I wasn't healing. I wasn't taking care of me. So even as I set boundaries for other people, I have to set boundaries for myself, and I feel like that was just part of the journey of
Yeah,
evolving, growing into the woman that I am destined to be. You know what I mean? Because I
yeah.
say destined to be because I feel like as I'm growing, I feel like today I am where I am, which I'm proud of where I am, but I still have a journey to fulfill, and I always tell people it's like you are where you are because you've decided to be there.
Mhm.
You've decided this is the life you want because you're in control
Yeah,
of
your choices.
your choices and your surroundings. You have that power of boundaries. So I'm glad you said that. I like that
That's
word, boundaries.
that's so true. Boundaries are necessary, and I've actually only started applying boundaries kind of recently. Like the actual word boundaries. I don't think I had ever like looked into that because again, tying it back to me being like inclusive and not wanting to leave people out and all of that. Um that made me be pulled into like so many directions, right? Because like I want to help everybody. I want everybody to, never get mad at me. Like,
And
you
I
know
can
what I'm saying?
relate to that. Like I can really relate to that, Nat, because I know that I have that same thought. That
Mhm.
I don't like when people are upset at me. And a lot of times I'm the type of person that when people are upset, I'm confused. Why are you
You
upset?
want to know why, and you want
Yes.
to ask, and
Why
you
are
want to
you
fix it,
acting this way? Why are you being crazy?
and you want to fix it. But like, listen, that's one of the things that I had to set a boundary on myself was because you have to like at some point understand like people are just people. Like they're just human and they're going through whatever they're going through.
Yes.
And if they want like what I make sure I do is I always like, hey, like I know like we're not like talking as much or like I don't know, like I know there's maybe something, and I want to talk about it, but if you don't want to talk about it, that's totally cool too. Like I'm not gonna hold any grudges against you. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna act weird. Like whenever we do talk again, I'm gonna act just as I always do, so just so you know, like I'm here.
Yeah.
And I only do
I
that with people who are like, at like at a very like deep friend kind of level. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like someone that's just being, petty or whatever, you have to just be like, all right, I can't please everybody. Like,
Yeah,
there's
no,
no way.
like
There's no way
I
I
had
can
a
be everybody's
friendship.
cup of tea.
Like I feel like I learned that boundary about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, because I felt like I had to remove this person because
Mhm.
the situation was just getting way out of hand. I know I didn't do anything to this person. And it came to the point that I was just like, okay, honestly, obviously, it feels like this person just is trying to find a way to get out of this friendship and is creating all this nonsense. And it's hurting me to the point it's making me sad because it's so unexpected to me. But I understand that they just don't see a way out, I guess. So they're doing it this way. So
Yeah,
I removed myself, and
yeah,
the more I tried to talk to this person to fix it, the more like I remember I had actually picked this friend up. We were in my car and I was just trying to get to the bottom of it, like what's going on? Like
yeah,
why is there so much tension? Like why are you reaching out to a certain person instead of me talking to me? Like what is it
right.
for you to create this? And I remember getting yelled at and being told like all this stuff, and I was like, I took it as like, okay, she's going through it.
Yeah, that's on them.
She's frustrated with what's going on with her, and I'm just gonna like step away.
Hmm.
I need to give her space.
Yep.
And and I remember just trying to fix him, being like, look, I care about you. I love you. Like we've been friends for like almost 10 years.
See,
And
that's a deep one. That's one of those deep.
that's the deep ones when it's like when it's a friendship that you've been there for them and kept their secrets and you've like gone out of your way to help them in the moments where they really needed you, and then when you guys are having that tension and friction, it's hurtful because it's like you don't fully understand because the person is not communicating properly.
Yeah, no.
You're not taking the time to communicate properly. And I remember just being like that day, I was just like, okay, I'm stepping away. I'm gonna reach out to her partner and like just I reached out in a like, look, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna keep my distance, take care of her. Like I hope she's okay. Like I didn't do it with any malice or any like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I got
Of
the
course.
reaction of like, oh, you fucked up, and I was like, whoa, like that
And
reaction.
you're like, I'm trying to fix it.
I
Like,
was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like,
I
where is
can't figure out what's going on. Yeah.
and I was just like, okay, I left it alone. And
Hmm.
then we kind of tried to mend it in person at an event. And like I remember this like the partner was just apologetic. And he's like, well, she's my girl. And I was like, yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm just confused. I'm hurt because
Yeah.
there was no need for it to escalate like this. Like I know I'm emotional when I care about someone, but
Yes.
it's something you try to fix.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned my boundaries because I felt like at that point, I felt very disrespected
Yeah.
by her partner, and I was just like, no, I can't do this anymore. Like
Hmm.
this is
You
like
can't. There are certain times that you have to say no and you have to step away.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, and then that same at in that same event, everything within 2 days. It was like like an event that we went to. Everything was just saying you need to step back. You need
Hmm.
to like this is it. Like she's showing you with her actions and her words how little you mean to her, and
I see that. Hmm.
you need to let her go, even
Yeah.
if, though if it hurts, because
Yes.
what she wants, and you
Yeah.
need to respect that. And
I 100%.
I think that was the only friendship that I've ever cried
Yeah.
because
Like fully. Hmm.
it hurt. Like it was just like, wow, I never thought that friendship would end. But at the same time, it's like it hasn't ended to me in the sense like, well, I'll never see this person again. I feel like if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's not, then you just need to accept the fact that you don't always get what you want.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the thing about like friendships, putting boundaries. That was my learning lesson and experience on boundaries with
Yeah.
friends. And
Yeah. Actually, I have like a similar experience. Um, with that. I actually have a friend that we have been in each other's lives for like almost 20 years, I want to say. And it's someone that's like just always in and out of my life. Until a couple of years ago, she was just making like the worst decisions, and it was starting to like affect me like on a personal level. Like, I mean, because I have so much love for her, like just so much love, and I've always been very protective over this person. And so, when you continue to see somebody like just like make damaging choices and like, you know, do things where you're like, what is happening? And then if you try to say anything, it's like they start barking at you like, get out of my business, and disrespecting, and you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, whoa, like don't come at me like that, you know? So I had to basically end that friendship, you know, very, very much like,
It
look,
sucks. I feel it sucks the most when you feel like this person is not just your friend, it's more like a best friend. You've been
yeah,
through so much. And then
yeah.
you have to come to terms to end a best friend friendship. It feels like a darn breakup.
It does feel like a breakup a bit. For me, it was more like a sister, I would say, situation. Again, it's
Mhm.
such a long friendship that, you know, and I was so I was older, I'm older than her. And so just I hated seeing her tear herself apart, you know, and then bark at me when I'm like trying to pick up the pieces and like trying to help, you know. And so I was just like, you know what? Like, we're not doing this. And I'm not doing this. Plus, at the time, I was also, again, postpartum and going through like my own things, you know. And it was so draining to have to like sit there and figure out, okay, what is going on? Like, how can I help? And, you know, yeah, there are definitely situations where you do have to like step away. But I will say, like, because of the way I am, and I've always come at this person very much like, look, I love you no matter what. Um, you know, I'm sorry that we can't be in each other's lives because, you know, you don't know how to handle this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
there is definitely things that you need to do and grow as a person for us to actually function in any kind of friendship or anything. But I love you very, very much. I'm always gonna be here. You know what I mean? Like you know, I'm not closing the door on it forever and ever. And like I said, this person is just in and out of my life, and I'm at a point where I just let it, like I just let it, you know, she comes, she goes. I'm still me. You know what I'm saying? I haven't changed. I haven't done anything. I'm not letting it affect me. You know, what she says or what she does personally doesn't affect me anymore because I've you know, I have that boundary where I'm
Put
like,
that distance and boundaries. Yeah.
that's not on me. That's on her. You know what I'm saying? So I 100% get you on that. And it really does. I remember that conversation that I had where I was like, okay, I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, we can't be in each other's lives like this. And I don't like the way that you're talking to me or about me, you know. And I think that you are saying things from a hurtful place because of whatever else you're going through, which she was going through a lot of things. And I'm like, I need to step away. And you know, I love you very much. I will always love you. I will always have a place for you in my heart. um but this is it for us, and that's okay. It's okay to close the chapter on something, to move on to something better, you know. And I've met so many incredible people, you know, and have built so many friendships that I'm like, man, I meet people like, for instance, like with you, right? Like, I know I can call you at any given moment, right? Maybe not at night, like when you're asleep.
You can't.
I
I need you to
I
like
can call you and be like, hey, girl, and it could have been like 2 years since we last talked, and we'll like catch up and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Those are the best. Those are the best because,
oh,
and then also you're super supportive, you know, which I feel like I'm super supportive too, of like all of my, you know, girlfriends that are trying to like do stuff, and I'm like, girl, yes, you know, or even people that are not trying to do stuff and are just surviving something. I'm like, girl, do your thing, right? So like
you do
totally,
you, boo.
totally. Yes, you do you, I do me. we meet at some point, we'll hang out at some point, we'll call each other at some point. We're not worried about it, and
And
I love those
that
relationships.
I feel like those are friendships that matured and grew together. And I feel it's more of like the understanding and the sympathizing and the love. I feel like I told my mom, me and my mom were talking, and I told my mom, like, I feel the friends that I kept, that I still have a strong bond with, and that bond never was disrupted, is with people that I have a spiritual connection with.
Mhm.
And I feel like a lot of it has to do with God's love. And to me, God is not just like, oh, the Christian Catholic version, or no, God is love. The love that we carry ourselves with, we share that same bond.
Mhm.
And I feel because we share that same bond with love and God, like, that we have that connection, that we have that understanding of, like, you know what, nobody's perfect. We all have our shit we got to go through. We all have pieces to pick up. But because we have that connection, because we understand that we have a love for each other and not just each other, for ourselves, that we understand that there's no reason to be upset. like,
Yeah,
like, girl, you're busy. All right, I fully
it's
understand.
good.
When you're
Yes,
busy, give me a call and like we'll catch up. Like, and I feel like that's how it should be. It shouldn't be like, why haven't you called me?
yeah.
Or like, I'm
Why are
mad.
you like that? Why are you
Why are
like
you
that?
asking me this? Like, it's like, no, like, we're
Esa
grown.
gente tóxica, okay?
Uh,
Esa gente tóxica. Las tóxicas, nope, can't.
yeah. And that's the thing.
I
Like,
can't.
I feel like I have friends in my life that are still going through a process of learning to unlearn their toxic behavior and traits. And I love these people. Like, I feel they have so much potential, and I'm not bashing them. I would never do that, but I know when to kind of step back,
Mhm.
let them realize, like, hey, you still have a little growing you need to do. And um,
You still got a little growing to do, so I'm gonna
yeah,
step back.
you do. Let's keep it real.
You see me in the background now.
I let them know, like, I feel like it's important to have a woman to woman talk when your friends are kind of being not the people who you know them to be.
Yeah,
And they need a little reality check sometimes. Like, I feel like when you truly love a person and you're truly their friend, you're not going to let them continue in a toxic cycle.
yeah,
If you're a true
exactly.
friend, you're going to be like, yo, look, I love you. I'm your friend. You need to hear this right now. And this is coming from a place of love, not a place of like, I'm not being petty. I'm not attacking you. Um,
Yeah,
I'm approaching you and I'm helping you by just letting you know that I notice it. Do you want to talk about it?
yeah. Do you
No.
want to do something about it?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. It's so
You know
funny that
what though?
you say that, because I don't know if you remember Abraham.
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
Abraham, randomly we go at it through memes, like like randomly. I don't know if he's ever gonna watch this, but like every time he posted something funny, I'm just
Yeah.
like, you're a hater. Like, every time you post something, she's like, you're a hater. She's like, you really want to go at it? I'm like sitting here, I'm like, let's go. Or like I'll send them like, let's get ready to
Let's
rumble.
go. Yeah, let's go, bro. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. No,
so
I was gonna tell you that it's once you because I feel like those relationships where you have to like sit down and talk to people about like their behavior. I feel like that's very much like I feel like older relationships like where you have been through like teenage years with someone and so like you get to see them grow up. But like let me tell you, girl, a whole other level of friendship. It's a level up friendship, okay? I'm not bagging on like girls you grew up with or anything, but like, or myself. But a level up friendship is like finding a community where you get together with like-minded women who are, like for like us kind of like entrepreneurial,
mhm.
um and like already kind of have like um at least the intention of wanting to be a better person in mind,
Mhm.
right? Because you kind of like you kind of skip that part of like having to sit down and be like, okay, girl, let's talk about your behavior. Like let's talk about what's going on. Like you kind of skip that because everyone's like, bosses, like, and like they're just amazing and like, let's go. Right. And like, so for me, it was meeting Lauren. I met her, well, through Instagram. My friend Lauren, she has this platform called Moving Bravely, and I met her in May, or I found her through Instagram. We found each other, and I remember like I just was seeing her post and like be that kind of person that like go getter and and I was just like I was in it was May, you know what I'm saying? Like 2020,
The time of
like it was like
talk about.
it was tough. It was tough. The schools had closed down. You know what I mean? I had transitioned into full homeschooling at home, which is nuts. But way better because I'm on my own schedule and like no one's like behind me, asking for assignments. We do our thing. Yeah, we do our thing. We don't log into anything at 8 a.m., until 3:30 p.m. Like, no, madness. So but I was, we were going through stuff and I was like dealing with my anxiety and like I just remember seeing her do all this awesome, you know, empowering things. And I was like, I want to be like that. Right. And so, like, I messaged her and I was like, hey, I'm like, I want to be like you. I want to be like you.
Be my friend.
Yeah. I was like, please, like, can we talk or whatever? And like, she voice messaged me like 5 different voice messages
Oh wow.
and she poured into me. She heard me. She made me feel seen. She made me feel like I finally belonged somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I found my place. And
Woman deserves praise because we need more women like that. To be honest,
yes,
the woman I that's the type of woman I thrive to be.
yes,
I tend to want to help others. Like a while back, you sent me a message that like I inspired you and like I motivated,
yes,
and I was,
yes.
oh, you made me cry.
Don't cry, Nora.
Because I like when people send me those messages, I feel like, oh wow, like I'm on the right path. This is
I'm gonna pull it up because I'm gonna show you which post it was because I still remember because I made it with with women like you in mind. Like you literally popped it. This is look. Here's the post. Oh shoot, I closed
where
it.
to go.
It's on my Instagram and it's a little graphic that I made and it says she overcame everything that was meant to destroy her. What's her secret? Even when she is afraid, she shows up anyway. And that's what you have continued to do for years. And I super admire that about you.
Thank
Like,
you.
look at you with your podcast. Don't cry now. But like, come
Oh
on.
my god, don't look at me. I know I closed your
Girl. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I totally said that to you. I was like,
that post. Where can I find it? Let's see.
I'll message it to you.
All
It's
right.
just on my it's one of
It's
those graphics.
the Women Warrior podcast. I would like to share
Okay.
that with everybody, like towards the end.
Okay, okay.
But
Okay, cool.
yeah, like it is like really cool that like to have women tell me like, oh, you inspired me, like because it does feel good to know like you are doing what you set out to do. You want to be a positive example. You want to be a good influence. You want to be someone that people look up to for a positive input or as a positive example. And
Yes.
when I get messages like that, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing it right, you know? And even though there's going to be people that are going to hate or they're going to try to make you
Inevitably.
like you're not doing it, like when those people remind you of how you're actually doing what you set out to do, it's very relieving. I feel like more people should always be open and vocal about who inspires them
Yeah.
and why, because even influencers, they're not like, I feel like influencers are amazing people.
Yes.
They have their struggles that nobody knows and sees. And when they're told, you inspire me, it's like, oh, kind of like a breather of like, oh, okay, I am doing what I set out to do. I
Right.
don't have to worry about it. It's just like we we get scared, you know. Okay, so I found it. I'm actually
You
gonna,
got it?
yeah, I'm actually, oh wow,
Actually, note on the influencers, real quick. A note.
I know.
A tidbit
Uh-huh.
that there are influencers that do keep it real, and I feel like they do get a lot of hate, because on any kind of platform, you're basically putting yourself out into the world. Or okay, is it there?
Yeah. Can we see it? Let me see if I can remove that out of the way.
While scooching the computer. I'm up close and personal, guys.
Wait. Now that you're all close and personal, look at
Let's look
that
at my
eyeshadow. Earlier today, I did see like your video when you were doing your makeup, and I was like, I love it. It reminds me. I told you earlier too. Like it reminds me of like the '70s retro.
Yes, actually, I'm dying to cut my hair. Like, have you seen the shag look, where it's like it's wispy bangs, but then everything kind of like, oh, and the girl that used to do my hair, well, she hasn't done my hair in like a year, but I love her. She's always gonna be my hair girl. She is a specialist at the shag look, besides being a specialist at balayage. But she is like the master, so I can't wait. I already made an appointment with her. And I don't know if I'm going to get like highlights or anything done, but definitely going to get like the shag. I'm
I
feeling it.
I remember when you had your hair kind of that like silver platinum blonde.
Yes.
I thought it was so pretty. I was like, wow. It made you
Oh,
look like it made you look like a toda modelo right there. Like it
I
was like
miss
it,
it. Yeah.
it went so beautifully with you because you have beautiful eyes. The hair color was just
Oh,
nice and
thank you.
crisp.
I
And
was also pregnant, so
yeah,
that
I remembered.
pregnancy glow is a real thing. Okay. So yeah, because in every pregnancy, by the way, I have this weird thing where in every pregnancy I lost 60 pounds. So yeah, with Lexi, I lost even a little bit more. There was nothing wrong. Like there wasn't like, I wasn't low on vitamins or anything like that. But my OBGYN did think that it was because of the cholestasis of pregnancy. So that's, I always look snatched when I was pregnant. I was like,
You always look beautiful. You always glowed.
thank you. You're so sweet. I know.
I
I miss the blonde though. Like I really miss the blonde, but what I don't miss was how much maintenance it takes. It is very high maintenance. You have to like shampoo with purple shampoo, and you have to use the right shampoo or your hair dries out, and then you have to have it styled because it's not, like my hair right now. God, I'm gonna say this on live. My hair is box tied right now. Dun, dun, dun. So I've been doing that
is
since
a crime.
basically quarantine started because I couldn't stand my roots. My roots were like this. It was like just a big chunk of my hair. It was nasty. So I've just been messing with those and trying to like minimize. This is the first time I've curled it in a while, you know. So and I've been using that Revlon hair dryer, which is freaking life. Like everyone needs that dryer. So and I always see it pop up on sale in different places.
Curly one. The curl.
Yeah, it's so it doesn't move on its own. You have to twist it, right, as you're doing your hair. But like my hair has grown so much since starting to use that blow dryer. I really give it credit for giving my hair life again because it was pretty dead. And actually, speaking of hair, oh my god, we're gonna be here for 3 hours. You were like, if the conversation flows, oh girl, it's flowing. Okay. Speaking of hair, actually, the reason I started the entire reason why nat.ins on Instagram exists was because I had a moment, girl. I had a severe panic attack. in which right after I ended up chopping my hair off. Like
What's this?
my long blonde hair,
Uh-huh.
I chopped it. First, I put it into
Okay.
several ponytails. I held it like this, and then I went, took a bunch of it off. It looked okay.
That's what I did. I had
Like
long
that.
hair. It was like up to my waist
Was
a
it?
month ago.
Oh my gosh. But
A
what,
little
did you have a panic attack? Or you were just like,
I
hey, I
didn't have
need a hair change?
attack.
Okay.
Well, in a sense, I guess you can say it. No, it wasn't attack. It
Was
was
it,
more of
was
like
it cut in a panic?
it was cut in the frustration of I've been wanting to cut my hair, and I was just tired of every day having to detangle it. I have curly hair, and it's
Yes.
frizzy, like naturally.
Yeah.
My dad gave me. I got it from him. His
Mhm.
hair is
Yeah.
like frizzy and poofy, curly. He kind of has a fro. So my hair isn't like a fro, but
Yeah.
it does look like a fro when it's short, and I don't
Mhm.
take it. But
Okay.
I was just tired of the detangling process because it was so long and so curly. It got tangled every day.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm gonna cut it. And I went into the bathroom and I just cut it. And I was sending pictures to my friend at as I was doing it. And I did a picture because when I was cutting it, if you've ever seen American Horror Story,
I sent my friend a picture like that
of,
too.
of the episode of the hotel of the girl who plays the hooker that's always wearing that
Yeah.
leopard, and she has blonde hair and it's cut
Yeah.
short and she has it to the side and it's blonde. Okay, when
Yeah.
I cut my hair, I did a side by side photo and I sent it to my friend and I'm like, nailed it. And the entire
What did
time,
she
she's
say?
like, no, the entire, are you okay? Oh my
Your friend was like,
Yes,
girl.
the entire time I was sending her these pictures, I was just thinking, like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm gonna cut my
I need
hair, reach out to my homie, and I was okay, but
to, but
apparently,
not. But not.
in the eyes of my friend, I was having a full on meltdown. She was like messaging my other friend, "Yo, I think we need to talk to her. She cut her hair," and then apparently my other friend's like, "Yeah, you need to talk to her." She told her mom and her
Like we need to talk to her. They try to have a. I'm trying to find this picture right now so I can show
oh,
you.
there's a picture I want to show of you.
Your show. Oh, you're gonna show a picture
This
of
is
me.
a
Okay.
picture of Natalia when she
Oh,
had
that's me.
the oven, and she
That
had
is my
her hair.
photo.
It's not in color; it's black and white. But I love this photo because I remember when you posted this photo, I was just
Mhm.
like, "You look so beautiful."
Oh,
And I remembered like everything you have experienced through your pregnancies and the births. And I was just like, I remember when I saw this, I was just like, God, please make sure that this pregnancy so hard for her because this is the third one. And baby girl needs a break.
baby girl needs a break. Baby girl needed a break.
Yeah, but
Baby girl broke.
I love how you look.
Baby
And
girl
I
broke at some
remember
point.
during this, you were still like kind of promoting your photography a little bit
Mhm.
and all of that. And then now that we're here in 2021, you're actually doing it now.
Yes.
You're going back into your photography. You're going back into what you're passionate about. And you have a lot of passions. I know like um, cutting hair was one
Yes.
at a time that you were really like focused on and like you did good. Like I remember there was an event and you cut people's hair there.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about that.
And I was just like, I remember I was gonna go there and I was just like,
It was like giving people free haircuts, right?
yeah. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go support my girl. And for whatever reason, I didn't go
Yeah.
your booth because I was working another booth. We were
Yeah.
all in booths. We were
Yeah.
active. Man.
We were so active. We were like just hustling. Yeah. Oh my god.
So I was just like, since that moment, I was just like, I remember all your ventures and all your passions. And I was just like, that photo I showed, it kind of reminded me of like you. Like, I love that photo because it's like you against the fence supporting yourself.
Yes.
And
And very, very
like,
royal.
You were surrounded by light, and you're wearing your crown,
My little flower crown.
your flower crown, like a
Yeah.
beautiful crown. And I just like, this woman is a queen, and she's gonna reach her potential, and she is going to accomplish all her dreams and all the goals she set out because this is who she is, you know. But I just wanted to point that out. Like, I'm so happy that you're back in your like in the game of being a photographer and starting your business.
I'm so excited.
I
Girl, I don't even, people just jumped at me. I was like, okay, I'm doing photography again, and it was like, and I'm like, okay.
I
So I got really overwhelmed at first.
honestly, you inspired and motivated me because
Yes, girl.
I went dormant with my photography for a good while. I think the last time I ever actually did like photography was at the wedding that we worked together.
Oh my God.
It
What
was
was that? Oh my gosh, whose wedding was that?
Rosemary's uncles, I believe. It was Pastora Elia's brother.
I'm telling you right now, my brain just like erased so much. Like I'm not saying that was traumatic, but like there was a lot of things I was going through, and I think my brain like literally repressed a lot of a lot of that
No,
time.
it was the last photo like paying photo job I did.
Mhm.
And it was crazy because we were young. We weren't even in our 20s. We were
Oh
teenagers.
my gosh, we were teenagers.
And we were working as photographers for weddings. I know
Dude,
that was probably like the third wedding I had done.
dang girl.
And I was just like, well, I was always like kind of like, let's go.
Yeah, because that's you need that. You need that kind of mentality, I think, to be a photographer, for events specifically. Because it is very much like, oh, I'm gonna get the shot. Oh, I'm gonna get the shot. Oh, I'm gonna get the shot. And you have to be very like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, I remember
Otherwise you're gonna sleep
like,
on those moments.
as a photographer, the first thing I do at events is I analyze my surroundings and I start thinking, not only am I going to get the shot, but what is the best angle I need to be at to get that?
hmm
And
hmm
how am I going to make sure that I'm at that angle and this angle? How am I going to work around it? Like
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that I like to start and I go the whole 360
hmm
and I continuously do that
hmm
because I like capturing the angles.
Yeah,
And
you gotta move around to get different viewpoints.
Mhm.
I miss doing events. It's not something I'm like actively looking into. I'm not super closed off to it because honestly, money is money. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tear down a job, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to like stick to. I'm actually trying to go into specifically product photography, and branding photography, like for online. So because that's really where it's at right now, especially for small businesses. Like that's really where you can make the most money is
Yes.
being online. So I had my first real like paid branding photography session in October of last year, which was like it was crazy. Everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. But like it came out so good. Everything was great. Like literally that was around the time my daughter dropped on a cup of
Oh,
water on my MacBook. Remember?
yes.
Oh my gosh, so many things. Like there was just so many things that went wrong. Um and but we did it. We got it done. We made the deadlines, we got the thing, and the pictures came out amazing. And I remember like I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like toot toot,
Girl,
no, like I went into like download the pictures, and I remember looking at them and I was like, what the heck? I was like, I took this, like what is happening? Like I was like freaking out. I was like being all giddy about myself.
okay,
Yeah.
tooting your horn. I'm about to like show something that I was just like, girl.
Yeah. Oh, I'm scared. What?
All right, we are about to see La Modelo Natalia. We're gonna play this woman's beauty.
Oh
Bam,
yeah.
bam,
Girl,
bam,
toot toot.
bam, and bam. Look at that.
Wait, that was scandalous. Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
I'm
this
not
is what
gonna lie.
happened.
This one right here, I was just like, I love how you did the whole setup right here.
You know
Photographer,
that like,
I applaud you.
oh, gracias. Look, did you know that these are not like fixed at all? They're like raw from my camera.
And I love it. I love it. Like I love how you just bam.
Look at that hair flip. It was like I don't give a F. Yep, yep. That was the
This
that's
one right here,
the
like
money one.
hair,
The chair one is the money one.
what was
That's
that?
the money. That's the money right there. The one that where I'm sitting on the chair.
Yes. I
Toot
remember
toot.
when I posted it. I was just like, oh my God. We're gonna
And
laugh.
it was so liberating because I had been avoiding sharing pictures of my body, which prior to a couple of years ago, I didn't even take, but like I was avoiding it like a mad woman because I was so focused on my fupa and I was so focused on like being overweight. And like for years, I was in the, like diet mentality. I think for like 10 years or more, my New Year's resolution was I need to lose weight. That was like, it was like I couldn't get my life started unless I lost weight, and it wasn't until I was like, okay, you know what? Like what I need to focus on what I have. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to focus on who I am, accept myself as I am, the way that I am right now, and once I started going through that process is really when I found my voice and it was like I unlocked myself. And so those pictures are actually just me going like, okay, you know what, this needs to happen. I had gotten reached out um by a company, and I started seeing how it was going to be a possibility to actually model, which to me was like, what is that? Like I never, like I was like, no, until I lose
Right.
weight.
Okay.
No,
Because
right.
I'm sorry, go on.
No, go. You'd be
Okay.
surprised.
You'd be surprised how many women doubt their beauty and
Yes. Oh my gosh.
when they are stunningly beautiful. You
And
know,
I really want to be kind of like a beacon to kind of,
and like the reason why I wanted to show those photos, and I'm so happy that you said what you said, is because I want more women to have this confidence that you can.
yes,
And I know that it is a journey because being a plus size woman myself, it is difficult to take photos and put yourself out there, But at the same time, it's very liberating to know that you're beautiful as you are.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And
100%, yeah,
you mentioned like every year your resolution was to lose weight. I was in the same boat,
yeah,
and it came to a point where it's like, no, my resolution isn't to lose weight. My resolution is to get healthy, be healthy.
yes,
And
yes,
that
girl.
doesn't necessarily just mean losing my weight. That means
Mm-mm.
my mind, my emotions, everything has to be in order and balanced.
Mhm.
Because if it's not, I'm not healthy. I'm still unhealthy. I have unhealthy tendencies,
Yeah,
the way I judge myself and the way
but
I
it starts up here.
it
A
does.
lot of people think once I get this right, the mindset will follow, and that's not the reality. You know what I'm saying? Like
It has to evolve.
my mindset shift has led me to a point where right now, like as I am right now today, I feel the most beautiful I've ever felt in my life, like in my life. Okay. You know what I mean? And I feel confident without makeup, whether I'm wearing sweats, whether I'm wearing, I started wearing crop tops. Like, who told me to do that? Nobody. But I was like, I want to wear a crop
I'm gonna do
top.
it.
I'm gonna do it. I don't care. And so my mindset has shifted all the way to the point where now I'm sitting at a point where I'm like, okay, I love myself as I am, what can I improve? And so one of the most like basic things is like now dealing with, fibromyalgia and um, rheumatoid arthritis. Like, there are certain things I have to start eliminating, from the foods I eat. And there are things that I haven't eliminated because there are things that I reach for when I am feeling a certain way, when I'm in my feels. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like there's like a lot of like different little mindsets. And like for a minute, I was like, well, I don't want to like, start eating a certain way or start like, promoting like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, guys. Like, because I am not. I am so happy where I am right now. I am so happy where I am right now. And that's why my last post was super specific to that. Like, you guys are gonna see me eat a little differently, but don't get crazy. Like, this is a whole damn meal right here. This is a full service as it is, so don't get crazy on me. But yeah, just like it's been such an amazing journey, like finding my voice and taking small, like brave action every day. And when I started taking small, brave steps, was something like getting out of bed, making my bed. You know what I mean? Making sure that my space is clean and that I can like think and breathe and feel good,
Building a
you know?
routine is part of the journey of building discipline within yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
And I feel like it is a very challenging obstacle when you have been trapped within your own thoughts for a very long time. Breaking
Yes.
old habits and starting new ones, it's said to take about 26 to 28 days, about a month, for
Yeah.
you to actually get accustomed to a routine. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much a 26 to 30-day journey of just getting started and getting
Right.
it in your
With
build.
anything. Yeah. With anything, and like for me, I mean, it's been months. This has been months in the making. This has not been easy. It's not an easy feat, but showing up as I am has been key to my next step. Like, where do I go from here? Right? Because right now I'm moving like one step at a time. Right? I'm taking this step and I'm not thinking about what step I'm gonna take in 10 years because I can't do that right now. Like, just trying to survive this
I
pandemic,
cannot go to
survive my kids being at home. I'm trying to like survive so many things. So right now, my focus is on just moving bravely every single day, just making small steps. Does that mean that every day I'm in a like positive attitude and like I'm, kicking butt? Like, no, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means that when I do have a bad day, I sit back and I am comfortable sleeping because I know that it is okay for me to have bad days and it doesn't make me less of a person. It doesn't, uh, I don't lose my worth because of it. I can still keep going tomorrow and start again with whatever project I'm doing, and so that mindset along with boundaries has really been like the base and foundation for everything I'm doing. Like, who the heck thought I would have opened a business in the middle of a pandemic, right? And
so proud of
thank you. Like, it's not, I'm not making like buttload of money, but I'm okay with that because I'm like, everything's going to go slow and at my pace and wherever I am right now.
and
Wherever I am right now is fine
yeah.
and it's
And
okay and I'm going to be fine.
one thing that like you posted not that long ago, I think it was your last post that you were mentioning
Mhm.
on your thing. I'm gonna show it.
Okay.
Bye.
Woo, that booty though.
Wow. The thing I love about this, there's a section in your post where you write a quick shout out to my body, including booty, dimples, and squishy fupa. They're not hiding, as you've noticed. It used to terrify me to post full body pictures. I cared a little too much about what people's opinions were on my body. Safe to say, I am loving my body more each day, standing fully in the truth that is my home. Loving
Mhm.
on It after years of being harsh with words and actions, putting it through every diet, thousands of hours in heavy exercise, childbirth 3 times, and general neglect.
Hmm.
When you wrote that, I was like, you know what? I admire you for doing that because you brought awareness to other women that they're not alone in that journey. And like that's just part of what you posted. And like I invite everyone to follow Natalia, click on this post and read the message behind it because it's an eye opener. It's a moment of reflection. When you're able to view others, it's kind of a moment of like a reality check like, hey, girl, you going through this too, so am I. But you know what? We have to be brave. We have to move bravely, you know?
Hmm.
And we have to confront these things. And we have to be like, hey, this is me right now. This
Yeah.
this me is not always going to be me
Yeah.
because I am growing, I am learning, I am evolving, and I am changing. Each day is a new day.
And I wanted to document that. I just wanted to like, you know what that was? You know what those pictures were? It was literally, I was downstairs and I was getting things ready for dinner, because I have to like think freaking hours ahead because of kids. And I was, doing that and I looked over at the sunset and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I need to like take a picture. I was like, I need to take a picture of the sunset, right? And the best view is from my balcony. Um, God bless this house, because Lord, like I'm like, girl, this house is amazing. And so I run upstairs. I remember my husband was on his last few minutes of work, so it was like, it was like 4:50 something or whatever. And I was like, babe, I'm gonna just, can you like just handle the kids for 2 seconds? And he's like, I'm still working, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I just went outside, right? Because he works up here in our room. And so I went out into my porch and I was gonna take a picture of the sunset and I was like, the sun looks so beautiful. It looks like a crown. And I want it to be like my crown, right? Because I was like, in my head, I was like, I feel so empowered, so feminine, so beautiful. I'm like, I deserve to be in this picture exactly the way I am dressed. Did you see what I was wearing? My bra was like, like my shirt was like, you know, and the thing is like, I feel like as women, we always miss out on experiencing certain things, like seeing a picture of yourself where you're like, damn, I look good, right? Like
Girl.
when I took those pictures with the sunlight, I was like, what happened? I was like, what is happening? Like, how did what? But of course, I was playing Beyonce, and I was like, feeling myself, right? So I was like, right? But that was a breakthrough moment for me, going into the balcony, seeing the sun, and saying, I deserve a picture in front of this sunset. I want to be in the picture. And I just literally put my phone on like a windowsill that I have there, and I put it there, and I set it on auto, and I just bloop bloop bloop, just go at it. It wasn't even that planned. I was like, booty dimples, whatever. Here's my fupa. I don't care. I look beautiful. Like I'm like, look at this entire thing. So all of it is God's creation, and I'm part of it, and it's to be celebrated. And I know that there are so many people that like disagree with this kind of like, especially when you start sharing online, you start sharing yourself, you'll start getting messages, where people are like, oh, you're promoting obesity, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm just promoting self-love.
It's promoting the process of change.
Yes, it's
And
documenting it.
I feel like people who don't fully understand the process that women have to go through this transition within our bodies of being overweight to getting healthy.
Yeah.
It's an emotional roller coaster. And documenting it helps us
Yes.
sense and in a way overcome that roller coaster
Yeah.
from those fears and our doubt. So
Girl,
when
the
people
entire
start
basis.
messaging
Yeah.
you, or you decide to start messaging someone telling them that they're promoting obesity, what you're actually doing is attacking them in a way that can make them go back 3 steps. You're not
Yeah.
helping that person by pointing out how you disagree.
Yeah.
Um, it's not about like, oh, you don't have a right to say that. It's just like nobody is promoting obesity. Nobody
Yeah.
likes being over,
No.
you know.
Nope.
But everyone wants to help others understand that there is the possibility of change. There is never any obstacle you can overcome.
Yeah.
So
And that then
when
that your body, and I wrote this on the post, your body is the holder of your magic. It is your home. It is where you it is your heart is what wakes you up in the morning.
we are
Your
all,
heart, you know,
our
like
heart is like our engines in a sense. Like it's our thing that keeps on ticking.
yeah,
And but back to like the whole body shaming for posting.
yeah.
I feel like I'm so happy you brought that up because it's
Mhm.
an issue that should be addressed in the sense that no, we're not promoting obesity. We are promoting change. We are
Yeah.
promoting possibility. We are promoting hope. We are promoting positive thoughts.
Mhm.
When,
100%.
when people misinterpret your words and your actions, it's usually just a reflection of them and
Yeah.
of their way of thinking.
Yeah.
And I never tell people like, oh, you shouldn't say that. It's more of like, before you say that, let's take a moment and reflect on why this person is doing this.
Yeah. Let's
So
think about it. Let's read through the post.
let's
Let's
let
read the caption.
let's not
Let's
just
read the
look at
captions,
it.
right?
Let's read what's attached to it, because
Mhm.
a lot of times I've noticed that people are so blinded by the image
Yep.
that they don't take the time to fully go on and read the full message that is
Yep.
attached to this, like the meaning behind this photo.
Right. And that's on them.
And yeah, and it's on them, and
That's
it's
what
like it's
I have.
I don't approve of people
Yeah.
taking the time to message someone and try to shame them.
Yeah.
I never approve of that in a sense
But
that
there's no point. There's no point. Like what you need to bring value to people. That's my MO. Like I want to bring value to them. I am 100% the type of person that believes, it doesn't matter what you say or do, but how you make someone feel, that's where it's at, girl. Like
Mhm.
if somebody leaves talking to you and feeling super crappy, like you're saying something or doing something that is not, it's not good to do that. Like you have to, you know, bring in a message of hope, right? And so I feel like a lot of us, especially throughout this past year, have been feeling so hopeless. And it's so much easier, right, when you're going through it to, get behind the keyboard and start hating on people. And like even if you're not like hating by saying, oh, you're promoting obesity, but you're hating by, maybe just like not interacting with a person or whatever, right? Like either way, you're kind of sending a message. And it's not a reflection of who you are as a person. Like when I like for every message that I've gotten like that, where it's like something negative, or someone has to say something, right? For every message that I've gotten like that, I've gotten way more messages that are like, "Oh my gosh, like
Of
I love this.
that.
Thank you for posting this. You're helping me, find my own confidence, and I can't wait for the summer. I'm finally gonna wear a two-piece bikini, like like I
Yeah,
get those
girl,
kind of
bring it.
messages. Yes, I started wearing a two-piece bikini for the first time in my life last year. I went to Legoland and I wore a two-piece bikini. And I felt like I looked fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean fine like I mean like fine. Like fine.
Yeah, girl.
So and it is what it is, and I wore it and I did it for me, and it's okay for me to do that. If someone doesn't like it, that's not on me. I'm not doing anything bad. You know what I'm saying? So so there goes that. I am focusing on the people that I'm helping. So if I can help women find their voice, if I can help somebody wake up and say, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try to do something that I've never done before, or I'm going to wear something that I've never worn before. I'm going to write, I'm going to sing, I'm going to, because I do like so many things that I show you guys on my platforms, like whatever it is, as long as I'm helping someone step out of their comfort zone and say, I'm going to do this for me, like that's where I'm at. That's what I'm here for. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I don't care for any of the negative talk. I'm not going to allow it to change who I am because I know my own truths. And it has taken me months and months and months of talking to myself out loud. Like it sounds kind of crazy, like it sounds kind of cuckoo. But yeah, you do have to like talk to yourself out loud. I have to say, like, because I call myself Natalia. Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
Yeah.
Like Natalia, Sha. You know what I mean? Sha. Never again. Don't say that about yourself. That's not who you are. You are this, this, and this. It's like what I just told you earlier. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am worthy of respect. I am worthy of being in photos just as I am. You know what I'm saying? Like these are things that you have to like say out loud. And I actually learned through the group that I'm in, through my community group, that when you say things out loud, it affects your brain differently. Your brain, translates that differently than if you were just to think it. There's like
Words
there's
have
an actionable
power.
step. Yeah,
Our
there's an
words
actionable step. It's you're taking an action on it. It's not just thinking it or wanting to think it or want it to be a truth. It is now I'm speaking it into existence. I am manifesting it. This is what's going to happen. And so that's just what I've been carrying this entire time. And it doesn't mean that I don't have days where, I'll look at myself and I'm like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't go away, but it does get easier to say, you know what? I feel crappy. I don't like the way I look right now. I'm going to go change. I'm going to go throw on something colorful. I'm going to go and do whatever this is, line makeup.
You're gonna you know what? I like that look on you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I like it too.
It goes with your eyes. It makes your eyes pop. It gives you that sass and that sexy vibe. And it's just your eyes. Imagine that with like a leather outfit or something like
Girl, don't tell me twice. Where's my leather jacket? No, oh my gosh, yes. I can't wait till we can actually go out and do things again. Like for those of you watching that are not in SoCal, we need help. Like I'm drowning here being in this lockdown. I know that the lockdown was lifted today. That's a whole other topic. But you know what I mean? Like once things like normalize and life can be normal again and we can like go visit people without feeling, like we're gonna get sick or we're, someone's gonna die because of us. When all of that cools down, I can't wait, girl. I'm already on Pinterest, like, let me see these outfits. Let me see what I can wear. And what I am really trying to focus on in 2021 is to do more color. Like for so many, like for I think most of my life, and I'm not gonna say who told me this, but like there was a specific person that told me that wearing black thinned me out. And so I was obsessed with wearing black because I thought it made me look thinner. And in turn, any other color, anything else was like, oh, can't wear that. In my life, did I think I would wear a mustard colored shirt? You know what I'm saying? But here we are, 2021, got coral on my eyes, got a mustard shirt. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get some more color. You know what I mean? If I could, I would totally dye my hair different colors, but I'm just not there yet. You will see a pixie cut on me at some point. Okay. I am manifesting.
About hair color. I have to constantly message my sister because my hair right now, like I'm letting it heal. It's all right now. This is my natural color. It's the healthiest it's been in ages. And every time I'm like, oh, I want to dye my hair green. I love my hair green. I don't know why. Green or purple or red.
Yeah.
I haven't red in a long time.
Mm.
And every time I just like, oh, I want to try this look, I have to send it to my sister Nasemi
Yeah.
so she could tell me, girl, no, you need to leave your
Let
hair
your hair
grow.
grow.
No, and it's funny because she's like every time she goes up to Sacramento to visit my grandma's family,
So cute.
I don't know why it lines up this way, but that's when I tend to dye my hair.
That's when you want to dye your hair.
And it's usually because I know she's not around to literally stop me. Like I'm gonna mess up and own up to that. And
Oh
last time
man.
I did it, she's younger than me. We're 9 years apart. And sometimes I feel
Okay.
like it should have been the other way around.
She's more of the mom.
No, there's
She's like,
times where
what are you
she's
doing, my
like,
girl?
I can't even bug or annoy you. Like, when I start bugging her and annoying you, you just turn around, give me a look, and you start bugging and annoying me. It backfires.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I know, but
Yeah.
I honestly lately I've sent her a message like I wanted to do my hair white or gray,
Mhm.
and I had to send her a message like tell me no, like tell me no. I need a reminder. Tell me
Oh,
no.
you know what? I just been like, there's this certain person on TikTok that has like, she has like the white strip like that, which I've always loved.
My
Obsessed with
mom
rogue.
had
Obsessed.
the rogue strip.
Yeah, like the rogue strip, right? And so I did have that like for a while when I was a teenager. I just randomly like cut my hair with a razor, went and dyed my hair. My mom lost it. She was like, "What are you doing?" I had super long, like my hair was up like down to my butt, and it was very beautiful virgin hair, and I just like totally trashed it. But it's one of those things. I'm fine. Look at me, I'm glowing now.
When
What I'm
I
saying?
was in high school, I would go into the bathroom, lock myself in the bathroom for 2 hours,
What were you doing?
dye my hair, and I would walk out as if I didn't do anything. I
Oh
would
my
walk out,
god.
and my mom, like, I was doing it in my mom's bathroom because her bathroom is beautiful
Mhm.
and it's big, it's beautiful, it has this nice tub and everything. And I was just like, this is the glamour room. And then I would dye my hair. I remember bleaching it,
Yeah,
dyeing it red,
yeah.
walking out of the bathroom with my mom laying on her bed. My mom's on her phone, and she's like, and then this is me walking out as if
You're
my
like, yeah, I
hair.
have red hair now. I'm so cool.
No, I walked out as in. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like what? I didn't do
What?
anything. There's no red here.
Fellow, like, what did you do with your hair? I mean, what? It's just hair.
It's
Oh
just
my
hair.
god, my mom, my mom, bless that woman.
It is just hair. You know what? If I do end up dyeing my hair a color in the near future, which is not like I wouldn't put it past me. I like color, right? When I'm over here talking about I want color in my life, 2021, I wouldn't put it past me if my daughter does at some point like say she wants to color her hair. I'm not gonna be the mom that's like, no, you can't do it until you're 20. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not.
Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna be the mom. Yeah, do you want a mohawk too?
Yeah, me too. Like the last time I did Jackson's hair, not the last time, like the one you saw on Instagram, because that one the machine turned off, like it just didn't work, and I was halfway done to his hair. Anyways, the previous time that I cut his hair, we did a full, like we just shaved it, the full thing right here, and we left the top piece long, and it looked so cute on him. And I was like, oh my gosh, you could totally rock this. You can rock a mohawk. So I think I'm definitely going to be like lenient with those things. I do feel like my kids are very creative, so I do want to let them explore that. And it's just hair at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like and then it grows back. Like whenever I get my pixie cut, I know I'm gonna be able to cut it. That I'm gonna be able to grow it back. So I'm not gonna be like,
That's why when I cut my hair, it wasn't a stressor, it wasn't anxiety, and
yeah,
it was just I need to cut it. Like
yeah.
I need to let all this dead hair off, like just get rid of it, and I'm gonna have fun in the process.
That's the best kind.
And
That's
I
the best
sent pictures to
kind.
my sister, to my friend, and my sister was like, "What are you doing? Why? Why? Why?
Yep. Definitely do
My
not cut
hair
it during a panic
was
attack.
just like losing it, thinking I'm having a meltdown. But here I am in the bathroom having a good old time. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, no,
This is so liberating.
100%. No, it really was a release when I cut my hair short. Like it really was it was one of those things where it was like, oh, I felt so much lighter. I remember sending my friend Jackie pictures and I was like, look, Jack, like it looks so cute. And she was like, yeah, it looks cute. Like, yeah, what'd you do? What'd you do to your hair? Like, and later on I like realized how badly I had cut it. Like it was horrible. If I find the pictures, I'll send them to you later. But it was like horrible. It was so choppy and nasty. And then I had like, because I didn't want to cut the front, I had these long, just like these long pieces here, and then it was just super short. And then I went, and luckily one of my friends was able to fix it. Thank God for Tiffany. She gave me the most badass haircut. You have to see it. I have it on my Instagram towards like the very very first post, and I love that haircut so much. But I just remember like, what did I do? Like, what happened? It was one of those spur of the moments. Like I had just done that. It was so liberating. It really was. There's like there's definitely a release that happens when you cut your hair. So I love changing it up. Right now, I'm really loving like the light brown color that I have because I wanted to match Lex. My hair is a little darker than this color, but yeah, I can't wait to throw some color. I know I've seen some fairy hair. My friend Lauren wears fairy hair. They're like it looks like streamers, and you can actually curl them too. So
Oh,
I've seen those, and they're just little clips that you like
like
you
little
put them on, and then you heat it with the straightener, and it bonds to your hair.
oh.
So you don't have to take them off. So I like that. So I was like, maybe I'll throw some of those just to add something fun in my hair. But yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that would be cool. Like that would be like a dash of color. I,
Mhm.
I'm gonna talk to my sister if that's if that's okay, because she's like, no, your hair, treat your hair, because I'm gonna be getting married in September, so I'm trying to
Oh, I'm so
have healthy
excited.
hair.
Ah!
So I'm
She's
hoping.
getting married. Are you
Yeah,
so excited?
I am.
Oh,
I am. I'm excited because I'm stepping into that journey with my best friend and with
yes.
my
Oh,
soulmate, and it's very it's like a very like real moment that I'm
yeah.
just like, I can't believe this is happening. I found my person that understands me and that like is patient with me and loving, and it's a
I
beautiful
love it.
to know that you have. But
Ah,
I'm
I
very
love it.
happy that you took the time today to be with me and with our guests that will be viewing this and are viewing this. Um,
Yes. Thank you
because
for everyone that's logged in.
yeah, and honestly, I feel it's very important to share our journey with other women
Yeah.
because we're not alone. We're not the only ones going through it. We're not the only ones that have gone through it and will go through it. And
Mhm.
I feel like you are one of the people that has experienced so much in such a short time, and you are a woman warrior because you thrive no matter what. You overcome it, and it's a difficult journey. And I know that a lot of times we go through it alone and we wish we didn't have to. And the fact that you came on and you shared your story and your journey as a mom and your journey as a photographer, as a businesswoman, and just as a woman, it's like it empowers others to realize like, hey, if she can do it, I can do
Yes.
it.
Yes. The bestest part. The bestest part of sharing everything. The best part of being open and having this platform and developing it and working on myself. The best part has been all the women that I am helping, find their voice, be their most unapologetic, live your loud life, you know, be you, take the picture, You know what I mean? Wear the swimsuit. I that's my favorite part. My favorite part has been meeting women and building this community and just the connections. They're going to last a lifetime. I know it. And I'm super excited for everything that I have upcoming, including my YouTube channel. Shameless plug.
No, honestly,
Coming up.
I cannot wait till you have your YouTube channel because believe me, I am going to ask you to come back on here and we're going to continue this conversation because there's a lot of stuff I know you and I can go over that's
Yes.
going to help other women just by our experiences, you know?
Yeah, we
Um,
need a whole other episode to talk about all of like the film projects and
yeah,
photography itself and being a creative
yeah.
online and how and
And,
sharing your creative babies
and
online. That's a whole
today,
experience.
we were talking about setting up a woman retreat or something like that.
Yes. Ah, okay.
I cannot
Not
wait
in the
for us
world.
to sit down and organize all of these things because you and I work well together. And I love the fact that we respect each other's views and we respect each other's voice
Yes.
because I feel every time we talk and we build something, we connect in the sense that we have the same vision, we have the same,
Yes.
want the same purpose to be like,
Oh, we were destined. Like I 100% believe that we were destined to be in this conversation together, to connect, your podcast, all of everything just, the universe works in incredible ways. God works in incredible ways. And it's just, that retreat, which we're basically like announcing now. But yeah, I do. It
in the
is in
work.
my
It's
heart.
in the
It
work.
is in my
Don't
heart
forget.
and it is in the works. Yes, which should be expected by everybody that's here logged in and everybody that's going to watch this, is that I am working on a special women's retreat, which is not it's not religious or anything like that. It's a goddess retreat. It is a full experience, spiritual, um, mental. It is what's up?
TLC, tender loving
Yes,
care.
yes, tender love and care. I believe very, very wholeheartedly, and I'm lucky that I have a partner that agrees with me on this. But like, I believe that women need to make time for themselves, and sometimes that's hard in like a daily basis. But if we have something to look forward to, like maybe a retreat of some kind where we get together with other like-minded women, to come to join together, it will be obviously once COVID is gone, but we will, get together, we will have the build a community, build friendships, we will have guest speakers there, we're going to have actual goddess session photography, which is, it'll be in a natural place. You will be able to be free in your natural body just as you are, just to show up and just take pictures, and then I'll make sure I edit them and make it like super cute. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to give women this experience. And so that's coming. That's definitely coming. I'm so excited that you agreed to like help me out with this, Nora, because I know that you're going to have some really amazing ideas. So everybody needs to be on the lookout for that. That's going to
Yeah,
be some good stuff.
we are excited. So, as we are closing our podcast episode, what advice do you have for other women from your experiences? What can you tell women? What is the best advice you can give women right now?
Okay. Speaking to women directly that are watching this. You are enough, just as you are. Um, just as messy it might be, um, just as chaotic it might be, um, even if you don't think that you are doing what you should be doing, or that you're not at where you should be at in life, you are enough. You are enough just as you are. And you get to say that to yourself. You get to tell yourself, I am enough and I can show up for myself. Because if you don't show up for you, who's going to show up for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to do that love and care that only you can do for yourself? So my message is, you are enough. Choose you. Okay, it is not selfish. It is crucial that you choose yourself. and that you start living your life just the way you want it. You know, grow, improve, evolve, accept yourself as you are, and then continue to take brave steps daily to get to whatever you want to do. Because really, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you choose to, whatever you set your mind to. So, yeah, that's my message for women. And also add me on Instagram. Let's be friends. I love making you
Please
friends.
follow Natalia on Instagram, her personal account and her business account, and follow her. Stay tuned. Like, tune into her stories. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff that she does.
Yes, I can't wait to connect over there, over on
And I
Instagram.
can't wait for her YouTube channel to go up. So this is really exciting. We have a lot of stuff planned for both your projects, my projects, our collab.
Yes, girl. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's
Um,
go.
one of the things that I know I'm working on right now is setting up like kind of a walk, women getting together, and I'm going to be showing more details on this and everything. But I made a video and I showed it last week, of women protesting, of women rising up, rising above, and making.
Rise up when you're living on your knees. You rise up. Oh, oh, Hamilton's coming out.
You have a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to close out with this. Thank you for coming on to the podcast. I really appreciate you. I love you, and I cannot wait for you to come back on.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love you. Thank you for inviting me. Mwah. I wish you like the very, very best with this. I wish you success. And I can't wait for everybody to hear this one and all of your episodes. I can't wait for all your projects. I'm so excited and I'm honestly honored that we're gonna get together and do things together. So I'm looking forward to that. I love you, girl.
Thank you. I love you too. All right.
Thank you for
Take care. I will talk to you soon.
we will talk soon. All right, I gotta put my kids to bed now.
All
It's reality.
right. Bye-bye.
All right, bye, love.
Bye. All right. So this is the video. I'm actually going to start it from the beginning because for some reason I always tend to play it when it's not with sound or something. But thank you guys for tuning in and for taking the time to be part of our conversation. Natalia has a very beautiful heart, and I'm so happy that she was on today because her journey is very empowering and her voice needed to be heard and should always be heard, along with every guest that comes onto this podcast. So I'm very honored for everyone that I am connecting with right now and who will be coming onto this podcast. So please stay tuned and remember when women support each other, incredible things happen. So I hope that you guys always remember that and connect with that because it's important. It's very powerful to be together as women and unite and work together to making things that we believe are important be heard and be viewed by the world. Because if we don't, nobody else is going to do it. And I think it's time that we all pretty much work together to making sure that this vision that we have as women in wanting to do more, that we actually work together to making sure that it is possible. You can do it, and that there is no obstacle that you can't overcome. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and that you guys tune in again next week.
You may write me down in history.
You may write me